My name is Dave Miner. My company has earned over $10 million in the auto detailing business. Since 1999, we have performed over 35,000 full details and over 600,000 detail-related services. This video is for people considering getting into the auto detailing business. I've watched many videos on this topic and the advice ranges from absolutely horrible to excellent. But I think almost everyone has missed the most important information completely. I've broken the information down into two parts. The first part is small business fundamentals, and the second part is the auto detailing industry as I see it. Part 1, Small Business Fundamentals. The first idea is that I'm a businessman whose business is auto detailing. I am not an auto detailer trying to make a business out of my trade. This is an important concept to understand. If you start an auto detailing company, you're not entering into the car washing business. You're becoming a small business owner. The fundamentals you are going to need to execute are the same as someone who owns a restaurant, an insurance agency, or a construction company. The sooner you understand this concept, the more likely you will be to launch a successful venture. All small business breaks down into 4 parts. I call them the Main Street principles. The first Main Street principle is marketing. Marketing is creating opportunity for your business. This is advertising in all of its forms, your internet activity, the website, handing out flyers, and networking. This is any activity that drives potential customers to your business. The second Main Street principle is sales, converting the opportunity created by your marketing into sales. Cars to clean. You need to have a successful, repeatable process to follow that allows you to convert inquiries into sales at a predictable rate. The third principle is operations. That's delivering your product or service. In this case, it's going to be cleaning cars. The fourth principle is the money, managing the proceeds from the venture, meeting your obligations, and earning a profit. Essential small business skills. I have 3 of them, and these are going to sound very familiar to you. The first one is marketing. You have to be able to drive enough potential customers into your selling system to consistently fill a production schedule. You have to be able to clearly define why the customer should buy from you in your advertising. And if you're in a crowded market, the buyer needs to understand how you differentiate from your other competitors. The second essential small business skill is sales. You need to have a defined selling system once the customer has inquired about purchasing your service. You are looking to compound success in this area. Find out what works for you and build on that to have a repeatable, successful system. Sales and marketing. Essential small business skills 1 and 2. This is not a chicken or the egg scenario. You can be the best detailer in the whole world, and if you can't master sales and marketing, you will be like a racehorse whose gate won't open. This activity is not just something to consider in the startup phases. This is an ongoing activity that will require time and resources forever. The third essential small business skill is resilience. What? I don't need to be a good detailer? Okay, let me touch on that. If you can't produce a good to excellent service, your local market will eliminate you, and that will happen very quickly. In order to be a successful small business owner, you need to be resilient. The one thing new business owners are unprepared for is how much failure is involved in a small business. And that's for businesses that have success and will eventually make it. You are going to be challenged by your customers, your employees, your local market, the economy as a whole, your family, and yourself. Throughout the ups and downs, you need to be able to turn the lights on and perform at a high level all the time. I have one more note here, and this is not an essential small business skill, but I do think it's very important. Let's call this 3A. You should love what you do. If you wake up in the morning and you go, I got to go clean cars today, don't do this. It is too hard to build a successful business to hate every second of what you do. As a customer, when you interact with somebody who loves what they do, you know it. It will show in everything they do, the way they interact with their customers, and the quality of the service they produce. The auto detailing industry as I see it. The auto detailing industry is considered a low-cost investment opportunity. You can invest from a few $100s to over $100,000. Here are the investment ranges. From a few $100s to $10,000. That'll cover all the equipment and supplies you need to get started. The upper end of that range would include a trailer or a low-end vehicle. From $10,000 to $30,000. That's all the equipment and supplies you need in this range. You probably would have purchased a vehicle, van, or box truck. In this range, that also includes a low-end build-out for a fixed position unit. From $30,000 to $50,000 is all the equipment and supplies you need, a more expensive car, truck, or van, and in this investment range, you can easily do a decent build-out for a fixed position unit. Anything above $50,000 is a more extensive fixed position unit build-out or multiple vehicles and equipment if you want to scale a venture. Some notes on the investments. The first time you go out, be sure that you're properly equipped. If you came to my home to clean my car with a few bottles, a towel, and a hose, I would throw you out. You don't need a fortune to get started, but you do need to be properly equipped. You can borrow a pressure washer and a vacuum if need be, but you have to look the part. Some of the videos I've watched have encouraged people just to go and do this, not properly equipped and without what they need to do to get themselves started. I disagree completely. If you're doing a fixed position build out, you need to have a suitable waiting area and drop off. It doesn't have to be elaborate or luxury, but it does need to be nice. The back of the house should be built for efficiency. You need to have the power and water in an area that serves the space and your process. The water pressure in the house should be good, and the space, of course, needs to be safe. One of the largest challenges that you need to consider is the word detail. The term detail in our industry has absolutely no standard whatsoever. If you're going to get an oil change in your car, the lube, oil, and filter service is consistent across the industry. It's easy for the consumer to see and understand the services offered and make an apple-to-apple comparison between competitors. In the auto detailing business, you can have a car wash offering a quick detail for $30 to $70, then a discount detailer offering a full detail for $99 to $150, then a professional detailer offering a full detail from $170 to $300. This also offers a challenge when you go to hire staff. You can have somebody apply for the job that may not be capable of your standards. Many times they have worked for someone who performs a low-end service and just called it a detail. How long does it take to get trained? The better question is, how long does it take to become proficient in auto detailing? We have been training and developing detailers for more than 20 years. The variables here are many. For the employees we develop, we're using a tested process, equipment, and chemical mix. Many can produce a suitable result from the first car with instruction. The big thing that defines a professional detailer from the rest is the ability to operate a high-speed buffer expertly. This is not something you should learn by watching a YouTube video. Most people who choose this type of work usually have a knack for it, and they can produce a service you could charge money for from the very first day. If you want to get trained, there are many people who train detailers to go into business. These people usually also sell equipment packages. My suggestion, if you want professional training, go to work at a car lot. Be careful about the one you select. They must have very clean cars. You're searching for someone who has the standard close to the service levels you hope to produce. This is a simple way to learn to perform services and be paid to do so. From that point, it's about developing a process, understanding the use of chemicals, and the different materials used by different car manufacturers. You can learn the buffer techniques by taking an auto body course. The introduction to paint and finishes is the type of class you're looking for. Using the buffer without the correct guidance can lead to thousands of dollars of damages, and you do not want to get yourself involved in that. Competition. Competition breaks down into 4 groups. First group is the professional detailers. They're offering full details along with a menu of companion services. They hold a high standard and perform comprehensive cleaning for a premium price. Discount players. They offer full details at 50 to 75% of market prices. These are not full services and are usually wash, vacuum, and wax services with some wipe downs. Some of these discount players can be very successful. If you can find a customer group that doesn't differentiate between the high end and the middle grade and are satisfied with the promises that you're offering, there's definitely a market out there where you could potentially gain some share. Institutional players. These are businesses that are adding detailing to existing offerings. Car washes, car dealers, auto repair shops. The range of services and quality vary greatly in the institutional market. The last group is the pirates. These are unlicensed and uninsured businesses. They can create a significant problem for you as they can offer your service for a lower price and make more money than you. These businesses do, however, have a way of going away. The challenge here is there's almost always another pirate that's ready to enter into the market. This group of people almost never completely goes away. Types of ventures. First one is a fixed position unit. This is opening a shop. The advantages are simple. The customer brings the cars to you and drops them off. You can be very efficient this way. You finish the one and you pull in the next. Your work quality should be better with the shelter over your mobile competitors. The negatives are the customer has to be willing to come to you, and you don't gain a weather advantage over your mobile competitors. And the risk of this lease is significant. Mobile detailing. You come to the customer. They have to do nothing to have the service performed other than arrange the appointment. You are naturally less efficient driving between appointments, then having to pack and unpack the equipment for each and every service. Not having a shelter can be a challenge for waxing and buffing, and you are completely at the mercy of the weather. The last one is the hybrid. You're offering a service inside another's business. Going to a country club is an example. Being inside of a parking garage is an example. You can gain a marketing advantage with the access to another business's flow of people in their cars. You can have appointments lined up and sheltered depending upon the nature of the partnership that you form. You usually have to make a price concession or a revenue split to get these type of arrangements. All detail ventures should start out part-time and should start out mobile, in my most humblest of opinions. This will provide you the opportunity to test out your menu of services, gain experience, work on marketing and selling systems. You will also significantly improve the risk profile of your business. If you enter into a lease agreement, you're on the hook for the rent of the entire time of that agreement. Big question, can I make money? The answer is yes, you can. This is a luxury service. You are choosing an industry where the customer must have disposable income and they must be willing to spend it on a largely elective service. You need to understand the market you're choosing to compete in. Are there enough potential buyers in the income levels to support a new player in the market? Whether or not you can make it or make money will hinge on 3 questions. Number 1, can you market well enough to fill a production schedule? If you offer a service, your inventory is time, and time is the absolute most perishable of inventories. It starts every day, it's gone every night, and that formula will never change. You can't heat it, you can't warm it up, and you can't protect it in a way that's not going to make it go away. Number 2 is, can I charge enough for the services to support a profitable business? If you come in at a cut rate, you may be able to gain plenty of share. You'll do cars. Question is whether or not you'll be able to make money. And the third question is, what variables affect these 2 formulas? And the 2 biggest ones are weather and seasonality. If you're in southern state, you can have a 12-month season, no problem. California, Arizona, Texas, Florida. If you're in northern states, then you're going to eliminate a lot of time in the winter that you're just not going to be able to perform services. The last topic I want to cover is whether or not you should take automobile dealer work, car dealers. I'm going to make a completely different video on this topic because it's much too broad of a discussion to be handled inside this.
Thanks for dropping by. This has been a masterclass by David Miner, co-founder of Main Street Business Consultants. To find out how we can help with your business, contact us at mainstreetbusinessconsultants.com. Main Street Business Consultants, helping Main Street because we are Main Street.